focusing well, is it? Oh. How do I do this? I'm not a YouTuber. What is this shit? Thumbnail. Don't know what I'm doing. Let me have some coffee. Nothing like a good caramel frap. Let's get us started. Maybe we should get into it and I should stop faffing around. I feel so awkward, guys, because I've got my literal phone on a tripod in the window, like in my bedroom. So like this house is like directly facing me. So if they go in one of the front bedrooms, they're gonna see me. Sorry for the noise. Maybe I should close the window. Should we actually start now? Right. I don't know how to intro anymore. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a hot minute. And if you're new here, hello, hi, I'm Hannah. I'm 24. I feel like I'm on a dating site. Hi, I'm Hannah, I'm 24 and I'm from Manchester. I feel like I'm going on Love Island. I'm not going on Love Island. Don't worry. As if I could fucking get in Love Island. Every single book Alice has released, I've at least got one copy, okay? I've got 3 copies of volume 1 of Heartstopper, but these are my copies of these. I've also got the hardback of Nick and Charlie, and that is in my wardrobe, so I won't be getting that out, unfortunately. It's too much hassle as is getting out the Heartstopper books, but I'll try and put a clip in at the end to show you guys. Mind you, if you're one of my friends and you're coming here, you've probably seen my book collection of Alice's anyways, but nonetheless I'll put a clip in somewhere, hopefully, if I remember to. Today I'm going to be basically reviewing, ranking and talking about these beautiful books. As you can see, I'm a big fan of Alice Oseman, if you did not know already. So after Heartstopper came out, I watched it all, and since April 22nd, 2022, I can safely say I've watched that show more than I've probably had hot dinners, and I'm 24 years old. So I've watched it a shit ton, and am I mad about it? No, else I wouldn't watch it. Originally I was just going to do the 4 graphic novels, but I've included Nick and Charlie in this winter as well, just because, I think they're worth a mention. But yes, we're going to start off with where it all began for Alice. So we're going to be starting with Solitaire. Now, as I said, this isn't the original cover, I know. Love this new cover. Do wish that I could have the old ones too, and Radio Silence, because they look fabulous. But these new covers are equally as lovely. Now, yeah, I'm going to read you the back. I'm going to give a brief summary in my own opinion, in my own words, and then give my opinion on it. And yeah, so just starting off, if you don't know what Solitaire is, Solitaire was Alice's first book, and it basically follows the life of none other than Miss Victoria Spring, Charlie Spring's older sister, and she is fabulous. Like, one of my favourite characters by far, like definitely in the top 5 maybe 3. I love her. She's great. So yeah, I'm going to read the back, then we'll get into my opinion and the ranking. So on the back, it's got these little footprints, as you can see, and it's got Alice's other novels here. And, you know, on the front, it's also got like more footprints because it's like in like a snowy kind of time. It's like based around the winter and like, yeah. So it says on the front, this is not a love story. Solitaire, Alice Oseman, award-winning author, as they should be. So on the back it says, I don't ever remember not being serious. As far as I'm concerned, I came out of the womb spouting cynicism and wishing for rain. My name is Tori Spring. I like to sleep and I like to blog. Last year I had friends. Things were very different, I guess. But that's all over now. Now there's Solitaire and Michael Holden. I don't know what Solitaire are trying to do, and I don't care about Michael Holden. I really don't. Now, I got through this book very quickly, and I cannot tell you the amount of times that I have like listened to like audio snips of this book. I've read it again multiple times. It is genuinely, I'm just gonna say it, out of Alice's books, not including the graphic novels, so like the Heartstopper, Nick and Charlie, and This Winter, this is my favourite one out of the 4 non-graphic novels. It is amazing. Like, I am obsessed. Tori is I'm quite similar to a lot of Alice's characters realistically, which is weird for me because I've never read a book and related so much to somebody, and every single one of Alice's books I've related to all of the characters in some way, shape or form, which is crazy to me. But yeah, she's incredible. As I said, Solitaire basically follows the life of Victoria Spring, Charlie's older sister, and Oliver's older sister. Obviously Oliver isn't in the Heartstopper Netflix series, but he's in the graphic novels, and he's adorable, but I understand why he's not in the show. It follows Victoria, or Tori, because she only lets Charlie call her Victoria, really. But it follows Tori as she, you know, a new term at school, and there's basically this anonymous website called Solitaire, and she ends up meeting a young man named Michael, and they basically try to work out who's behind Solitaire. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, if you don't want spoilers, maybe be wary of this video, but I'm going to try and not spoil too much. But yes, lovely book. Rate it a 10 out of 10. If I could rate it higher, I would, but 10 out of 10 for me. Love it. It's a book I always go back to. It's a very deep book, so it might not be for everybody, but it's for me. So, you know, I just love it. And you know, you've got mentions of Oliver in here, you've got mentions of Nick and Charlie, you've got mentions of new characters, you've also got mentions of old characters, maybe some we don't like so much, Ben. But yes, definitely rating this a 10 out of 10, and it's number 1 for me out of the 4 non-graphic novels. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Moving quickly on, we've got This Winter. Now, This Winter, as you can probably guess, is also based around winter. I'm also going to be reviewing these books in order of when I read them and how I read them. So I read Solitaire after the Heartstopper graphic novels, and then I went on to This Winter. And This Winter, as I was saying, basically follows the Spring family through Christmas time, and also Nick as well. And yeah, it's very, there's things in it that is, you know, if you've seen and read Heartstopper, you can probably guess sort of the kind of stuff that would be in it. But yeah, I've not really got much to say, if I'm honest. So on the front, it basically has this cute little light bulb that's like kind of like a snow globe kind of vibe. I also love the colour, and it's very Christmassy. I also love the font that Alice uses on the books. Very nice. But yeah, it basically says, time to pretend we're a perfect family. This winter, a Heartstopper novella by Alice Oseman, award-winning author again, as she should be, as I've said. Now on the back, we've got, I hate Christmas, Tori says. No you don't, I say. I hate this one. Everyone hates this one. This winter has been a tough one for Tori, Charlie and Oliver Spring. They are all trying to get through Christmas Day with minimum drama. For Oliver, that means Mario Kart with his brother and sister, but for Tori and Charlie, it means putting the past few months behind them. Will this Christmas drive the Spring family apart, or start to put them back together? So, you can probably make your own assumptions, but as I said, there's not really much to say really, other than, you know, it just follows them through Christmas time, and it's a very good book, to be honest. Very cute. Love the little you know, illustrations, is that what it is? I'm not a book guru, but yeah, really liked this winter. I feel like I'm really biased because I just want to also give this a 10. I feel like anything I like read of Alice is also automatically going to be a 10 out of 10. But yeah, I would definitely reread this. I love it. Love it. So yeah, that was what I read after Solitaire. Now, up next, Alice, we have to have words, because you, not just for this book, for all the books realistically, but this one fucking destroyed me. Nick and Charlie. Now, as you can see, this is also a very pretty book. Love the yellow. It's really pretty. And it says on the front, this is literally a love story. Nick and Charlie, a Heartstopper novella by Alice Oseman. Now, the illustrations again are everything. So again, if you don't want any spoilers, be mindful, because I might say something on accident without meaning to. But this basically, well, before we get into my opinion, as I do, I'm going to read the back. So, absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? Charlie. I have been going out with Nick Nelson for 2 years. He likes rugby, dogs, the sound felt tips make on paper, and drawing on shoes. He also likes me. It's hard to say it without saying the whole thing, because that's just like cut down. Nick. Things me and Charlie Spring do together include watch films, make out, make food, talk, argue, laugh. Maybe we're kind of boring, but that's fine with us. Everyone knows that Nick and Charlie are the perfect couple and that they are inseparable, but now Nick is leaving for university and Charlie will be left behind at sixth form. As the time to say goodbye draws closer, both boys begin to question, is their love strong enough to survive being apart? After all, first loves rarely last forever. I like to disagree when it comes to these two. But yeah, basically, the back is also really beautiful. The front, stunning. Absolutely obsessed with it. Obsessed with the hardback as well, can I just say, it's fucking beautiful. And this book fucking destroyed me for a number of reasons. Thank you, Alice. I just felt very emotional reading the whole thing. I think I have grown such an attachment to these characters. This basically just follows how Nick and Charlie are feeling on the lead up to basically no longer living in the same town really anymore, as Nick is off to uni in Leeds very soon, and it just basically follows a lot. There's a lot of drama, there's a lot of stress. You'll need a lot of tissues because I fucking bawled. There's so many cute moments, and I can't explain it without spoiling anything. But as I said, this book is beautiful. And the fucking pages, everything. It's fucking everything. But yeah, fucking love this book. Also a 10. Come on. I love it. But again, Solitaire. Ooh, I can't rank them. I can't rank This Winter and Nick and Charlie against Solitaire. Can't do that, unfortunately. That would hurt me too much. Up next, we have Radio Silence, which was Alice's second novel, second book, which is also very fucking good. How beautiful is this colour, by the way? This fucking blue colour is everything. And it's amazing. It basically follows Alid and a girl called Frances. Now, it's basically about a podcast. It's one of Frances's, I nearly said Alice. It's Frances's favourite podcast, and she ends up discovering who in fact is the voice behind the screen, so to speak. It's very good. There's a few references as well in here that tie in with obviously like Nick and Charlie and Solitaire and stuff, without giving too much away. If you spot them, you spot them. If you don't, then read it again. But yeah, love it. So it says on the back, well, on the front it says listen to your own voice, and then on the back it says, what if everything you set yourself up to be was wrong? Frances is a study machine with one goal. Nothing will stand in her way. Not friends, not a guilty secret, not even the person she is on the inside. Then she meets Alid, and for the first time she's unafraid to be herself. So when the fragile trust between them is broken, Frances is caught between who she was and who she longs to be. Now she knows that she has to confront her past, to confess why Caris disappeared. Frances is going to need every bit of courage she has. So, yeah. Engaging with themes of identity, diversity, and the freedom to choose, Radio Silence is a tour de force by the most exciting writer of her generation. Absolutely. Great book. Again, 10 out of 10. I will say, spoiler alert, out of all Alice's books, and this is no disrespect to Alice, I still love this book very much. And it is hard to rank them, as I said, because there are a lot of differences and yet a lot of similarities. But this book for me is probably number 4 out of the 4 non-graphic novels. But I did love it. I cried. It's also quite deep. But yeah, I relate a lot to certain aspects of each of these books. But yeah, Radio Silence for me, also a 10. I think I don't think there's any point in me even doing this ranking thing. Well, not ranking, but like rating, because I feel like they're all just going to be a 10, but I'm going to carry on doing it anyway. So, sorry to be annoying. The next book we've got is I Was Born for This, which is Alice's 3rd novel. And I fell in love with this one. It reminded me a lot of my younger self when One Direction first came about. It reminds me a lot of me and one of my internet friends who I got the pleasure to meet in person recently. Big shout out to Erin. I love you. We have known each other for over 10, maybe 11 years. So yeah, love Erin. And we got to meet recently this year, which was absolutely fabulous. But yes, I was born for this. As I said, reminds me a lot of younger Hannah, you know, back in the day, One Direction first getting started in 2010, then absolutely dominating the whole of the UK along with the rest of the world. It's very much that kind of vibe. On the front it says, everyone needs something to believe in. I can't read for some reason. And on the back it says, I'm gonna die. I'm literally gonna die. Wouldn't recommend that, says Juliet, as if she's been on a 2-week holiday to death and gave it 2 out of 5 on TripAdvisor. For Angel, life is about one thing: the Ark, a pop rock trio of teenage boys taking the world by storm. Being part of the Ark's fandom has given her everything she loves: her friend Juliet, her dreams, her place in the world. Jimmy owes everything to the Ark. He's their front man, and playing in a band with his mates is all he ever dreamed of doing. But dreams don't always turn out the way you think, and when Jimmy and Angel are unexpectedly thrust together, they find out how strange and surprising facing up to reality can be. And on the bottom it says, funny and wise, I was born for this is a stunning reflection on the power of believing in something, especially yourself. Wow, I've got goosebumps. Absolutely love I Was Born for This. It's such a beautiful cover. I can't speak. Very pretty. Lovely orange colour. Yeah, I literally love this book. So much, in fact, that it's the second favourite. So Solitaire, then I Was Born for This, second. Love it. So as you probably heard, it's about a young girl called Angel who I think she's about 19, and she ends up meeting up with one of her internet friends and stays with her. Spoiler alert, they both go to meet and see the Ark live at a concert in London, and things happen, and it's very crazy. It's a crazy ride, but it very much does remind me of how me and my friend Erin were with One Direction. I wish we could have gone to watch them together, but if One Direction ever do a reunion concert, I hope to God they do, best believe I'm gonna be wanting to go with Erin. They are indeed the reason we met in the first place, so I think it would only make sense to go and see a reunion concert with one of my best friends. But yes, this book, 10 out of 10 again. What a shocker. Might not be for everyone. Very like teenage girly vibey, maybe a bit like a fanfic, but in the best possible ways, full of twists and turns. Although I was speaking to one of my friends, and she was saying how good I am at, like, you know, being able to predict things that happen in the books. Don't know how true that is. Maybe a lot of people can do that, but I've got a lot of things right in the recent books that I've talked about. I've guessed things to happen before I've read that they actually do happen. But yeah, this book changes perspective, by the way. It flips from Angel to Jimmy, Jimmy to Angel, vice versa, you know, constantly. And it's really good. It's really refreshing. I love reading books and like fanfics in general. Yeah, I still read them at 24, I know. Very sad. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. Love this. And I do love a book that flips between two perspectives. And it's very clear, it's very clear as whose perspective you're at. It literally says the name at the top when it changes. So like Jimmy Kaga-Richie to Angel Rahimi, and it just flips back and forth. I hope I'm saying those names right. Sorry. But yeah, Also, spoiler alert, it does involve or include different representation too, so you know, transgender and bisexuals and all that good stuff. So very good book. Obsessed. Also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment if you do want to see me react to stuff, all that good stuff. Let me know if you want me to do more book reviews. I don't know how good this one is or has gone down with you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it and it's give you a bit of insight into the books without giving too much away. Next, we've got Loveless. Now, I'm a bit upset, guys, I'm going to be honest, because it's got a bit of damage to the corners, which I'm very angry about.
Make me angry, girl.
Either way, this book, again, wonderful. So much representation, and I fucking adore Alice for it. Like, honestly, they can do no wrong. Every single book that Alice has written, she has done it so well. And I love how much, like I said, how much representation there is in these books. If you are a part of the queer community, or if you're wanting to learn more about it in general, or you're an ally.
I'm not like homophobic. I'm an ally. Congratulations.
We thank you for your service.
If you're an ally, like our Queen Imogen Heaney, you'll love all these books, all of them. But yeah, on to Loveless. An interview where Alice basically said, unlike the other books, you know, they were like all like referencing each other slightly, like there were little bits. But this one, she said, was a standalone book. However, I've also seen little references within this one. And as I said, spoiler alert incoming, there are references to I Was Born for This, and I think that's about it. But yeah, very fucking good book. Oh wait, and a Radio Silence reference. This book is very different to the others, as we explore the Aero and Ace, like, spectrum, is that right? Is that a right word to use? We explore that in this, and it's very fucking well written, once again. Of course it is, it's Alice. Honestly, if Alice ever needs, like, a big head, just come watch me, like, gush about you for hours on end, because there's so much I could say, but I don't want this video to be like a 24-hour long video, as I'm sure a lot of people don't want it either. But yeah, beautiful cover, Miss George at the front, and it says, how long before her story begins. So yeah, praise for debut novel Solitaire, the catcher in the rye for the digital age, from the Times. Loveless by Alice Oseman, award-winning author. Then on the back, we've got like some little keys from a keyboard, like an L, what is that, an E, oh, so like love, okay. And on the back it says, it was all sinking in, I'd never had a crush on anyone. No boys, no girls, not a single person I'd ever met. What did that mean? Georgia has never been in love, never kissed anyone, never even had a crush. But as a fanfic obsessed romantic, same. she's sure she'll find her person one day. As she starts university, Georgia makes a plan to find love. But when her actions wreak havoc among her friends, she questions why romance seems so easy for other people, yet not for her. With new terms thrown at her, asexual, aromantic, Georgia is more uncertain about her feelings than ever. Is she destined to remain loveless, or has she been looking for the wrong thing all along? This wise, warm and witty story of identity and self-acceptance sees Alice Oseman on touring form as Georgia and her friends discover that true love isn't limited to romance. And it absolutely is not, can I just say. Even if you're aro or ace, like if you're on the asexual spectrum or the aromantic spectrum or both. Sorry, I don't know if spectrum's the right word. But yeah, if you're in those, if you choose to use those labels or you don't, either way, there's always love, whether it's romantic or like, you know, anything. Love between friends is just as important as love between, you know, like a love interest. And you know, you've also got love between family members, etc, etc. And yeah, it's just beautiful. It's a beautifully written book. And I honestly cannot fault any of these books. Like, every single one has genuinely stood out to me. Now, Loveless has got to go at number 3 for me, as a book. As I said, I feel bad for putting Radio Silence at number 4, but please be assured that it is a fabulous book, and I know a lot of people have their own opinions on where they would put each individual book. Like, they have their own ranking. That's just my personal opinion, that I enjoyed the other books slightly more, but again, that's no reflect on Alice's writing skill at all. Beautiful book, beautifully written. Every single one of these I could not like rate high enough. Like, they are amazing. I'm running out of words for like fabulous and amazing, and there's no words. Love it, and I cannot wait to read volume 5 of Heartstopper when that does come out. I hope Alice is actually doing well, as I hope the rest of the cast are. This universe that Alice has created is insane, and I cannot thank her enough for writing such amazing books that anyone can relate to, whether they be in the LGBTQIA+ community or not. However you identify, there'll be someone in one way you can relate to. There's so many different ways, and I relate to a lot of them. Like, I just, wow. Like, wow. God, well, I feel very emotional having finished all these. They have made me very happy the last few months. I feel like I'm very repetitive, but for me, I would just like to thank Alice for really creating characters that I can really relate to, that make me feel less alone, that have got me through a good few hard months, and I wish I had these when I was growing up. Like, I say that as if I'm very old. I'm 24, but you know what I mean. I wish I had these when I was in school. I wish I had these growing up. They would have helped me on my own journey way more. Not that they haven't now, because rest assured, Alice and Heartstopper in general, but everyone in that cast, you are amazing, and I hope you are all doing well. Not that you'll ever see this, but if you do happen to stumble across this somehow, I hope you are all doing well. I can't wait for season 2, as I'm sure a lot of people can't either. And I cannot wait to read anything else that Alice writes, and I'm sure it'll be fucking amazing. Can I just say as well, quickly, before we go, I was born for this. Need a second one. Need a volume 2, please. Thank you. That book, the way it ended, not too many spoilers, there's definitely space for a sequel. Maybe even a prequel as well. Who knows? Who knows what Alice chooses to do, but I'm sure whatever it is will be great. I think I've rambled on for long enough. I have read A Cuban Girl's Guide to Seeing Tomorrow, and I loved it. Cannot wait for the film with our queen Maya Rafiko and Mr. Kit Connor. That is going to be a bisexual dream, can I just say? I'm telling you, I cannot wait So yeah, but be sure to go check out Heartstopper on Netflix if you have not already seen it. Again, this is not an ad, this is not anything. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the books and give my opinions on everything. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.